do the Jamaican motto also.
Pledge. Pledge.
Before God and all mankind, I pledge the love and loyalty of my heart, the wisdom and courage of my mind, the strength and vigor of my body, in the service of my fellow citizens. I promise to stand up for justice, brotherhood, and peace, to work diligently and creatively, to think generously and honestly, so that Jamaica may, under God, increase in beauty, fellowship, and prosperity, and play her part in advancing the welfare of the whole human race.
Amen.
Please go ahead and be seated. Pastor Blake, First Lady Blake, thank you very much for the invitation. Thank you very much for hosting the second of the Jamaican Independence Services here at your church. I must detract a little bit and become a little bit personal. In coming up to the stage today, I heard a voice from the back, a voice talking to me saying, "Welcome back."
Praise the Lord.
Amen.
Amen.
Because for me, at the age of 16 I should say, in New York City, I was given the call to serve. I myself, I did not take that heed. I had pursued some other things. Another voice said to me on the stage today, said, "I told you so."
Yeah.
And it was Mama.
Yes.
Mama was talking straight from the Bible.
Amen.
And the Bible, that verse says, teach the children
Yes, sir.
the right way to go.
Yeah.
Because even if they depart,
Yes, sir.
they'll find their way back.
Amen.
Because it's a solid foundation.
Amen, sir.
So I am here as a testimony that it is possible.
Yes,
Amen.
sir. Yes, sir.
It is possible.
Hallelujah.
We're here to celebrate Jamaican Independence Week. And it started last night. We had a wonderful celebration. And what we did last night was we celebrated individuals in the community. Two individuals we singled out, Mr. Nathan Chambers and Mr. Rudolph Burke. We gave them honor. Today, we have a special guest speaker, Mr. McKenzie, Mike McKenzie. And also, we're going to highlight Pastor Blake. You know, I must tell you personally, this brother, he's the explementation of how brothers should be. Every time, every occasion, not only on a personal palm-to-palm or person-to-person basis, but whether it be on the telephone, on the radio, the edification that this gentleman gives me, it's one that I wish that every black man could greet his brother with. Such respect this morning when I saw him. It wasn't a handshake, it was a hug. I wasn't going to sit in the front row, I was going to sit beside him. And again, I hope there's a joy in my heart. I am hoping for an invitation for mentorship.
Yes, sir.
I would love to sit beside you, sir. Thank you very much.
God bless you. Thank you.
Hallelujah.
At this time, I would love to introduce a gentleman which, in my opinion, was the brainchild of this celebration for the second year. From the first time I met this gentleman, I knew he had a passion about the community that he serves. I met him over in Palm Bay. He was serving that community at the time, and he did a tremendous job over there with the radio and also within the community. He brought Jamaican Independence Celebration to Palm Bay.
Yes, sir.
Now, since he's been over here, he's been doing it here. I join him on the radio. I host along with him, along with 3 or 4 other people, one of which is Miss Nelson. If you can please stand. Mrs. Witter, even though you don't hear her too much. She's the brainchild behind the man.
Yeah.
Please stand. But the gentleman I'm about to bring to the stage, though, is Mr. Lewis Witter. He's the founder of Caribbean's Rhythm Radio, which is on Saturdays, which serves this community from 10 till 2. What we do there is we serve the community. We give you news updates. We bring in guests, which we think is vital to your existence. And we do things like this. I know a couple months ago, they did a cruise which brought together West Indians, about over 500 of them. He's doing this, Jamaican Independence now. And then in October, they have a Spice of Life, which is a getaway up in Bellevue, Florida, the second year they're doing it. But I'd like to bring to the stage at this time, Mr. Lewis Witter.
Wagwan, Jamaica. You know I'm never say Wagwan, Jamaica.
Yes!
All right.
Everything
Everything Irish. We all look so good this morning,
Yes.
and the place looks so excellent.
Amen.
Don't we glad to see the colors?
Yes. Yes.
And you know I'm a history guy. So I'm going to let you know that the Jamaican flag is the only flag in the world that does not have a color with the United States. Do you all realize that?
Amen.
There's no other flag in the world that don't have a color. Only Jamaica does not. I want to welcome you this morning, everybody.
Yes. Amen.
And we are celebrating another year. This is the second year.
Yes.
56 years
Yes, sir.
of Jamaica independence,
Yes.
Jamaica goodness, Jamaica in between and the Jamaica back. I think you have to mix them up, they all come together. Can we stand, everybody, please?
Give thanks and praises.
And just give Jamaica, all of us this morning, a hearty round of applause. Thank you so much. You be seated. Pastor Blake, I want to thank you this morning again for allowing us to have this event at the church. First Lady, good to see you. And we want to just welcome everybody for this presentation. This is where we come together to pray up Jamaica, and to pray up ourselves and the people who's back home. We are in this diaspora, which is the Western Division of Florida. And so as people from overseas, we have some obligation to make sure when these times come around, we keep it alive. We keep the spirit of our forefathers and mothers alive.
Amen.
We keep the Sister Nanny Queen alive, the Paul Bogle alive. We keep the Marcus Garvey alive, and so many others. So this morning we are going to just really have a real good time in the Lord for Jamaica. Amen?
Amen.
We're going to have a good time in the Lord for Jamaica. I want to recognize a few people in the audience. Some of them is Sponsor, who been sponsoring the event from this weekend. For those of you who know, we had a big event last night. We thank you so much. The turnout was excellent, Pastor. We missed you. And of course, for those of you who came from the event, it's good to have you here this morning. And it's so good to see all of you in your beautiful black, gold, and green colors.
So I'm collecting $5 and 60
60 cents.
Those who are not wearing the colors.
Yes. Before you leave. Yes, so make sure you give an additional $5.60. And that's a special offering.
So I'm collecting, and I have change. I have change.
Good to see everybody. I know we have some guests this morning, and some of the guests that we were expected didn't show, but we are going to have a great time in the Lord this morning. And so we're just grateful for everyone. I just want to also thank God for the team of people who work with us on the radio to help to put this together. And of course, our our religious leader, Mr. Sterling Blake, who has been doing a great job and become a radio personality.
Amen.
We thank God for you, brother, and we appreciate you being there with us.
Amen.
We go way back. That is great. That is great. And of course, we want to thank Miss Nelson. Miss Nelson is part of our crew. Thank you so much.
Amen.
And of course, the gentleman that introduced me just now, Mr. John Perry from out of Palm Bay. We thank you so much for being a part. We have Miss Donald Campbell. She's our real estate representative. And she represents also Mr. Rudolph Burke, who couldn't make it this morning as well. So we thank God for her.
Amen.
Also, we have our sponsor, one of our sponsors in the audience, Mr. Kevin Hill. Mr. Kevin Hill, could you stand? Mr. Kevin Hill represents Edward Jones, the money man. And so if any of you ever want to talk about how you can put your money to the best use, please see him and get his card after the service, okay?
Amen.
We're here to talk about every little thing that have to do with Jamaica. So we want to link ourselves. I am very, very big at people networking and linking ourselves with each other.
Amen.
Because we should know each other and we should help each other.
Amen.
We should make this community come into something where we can build our own economy.
Yes.
Away from the church, our
Amen.
business leaders. We need to connect with them.
Yes, sir.
We need to support them
Yes.
first.
Yes.
And especially if you're from Jamaica.
Yes.
We need to support them. So this morning we want to really just thank Brother Il for being a part of the sponsorship. We thank the church in general, guys, for being a part of the sponsorship for this weekend. The time and the effort you put into, put all of this decoration together, we love it. Excellent job. Also, Miss Carmen, it's good to see you. Miss Terry, good to see you guys. And all, can I see the hand of those of you who come to this church for the first time today, please? Let's see your hands. Awesome. Let's welcome everybody. Let's welcome them. Round of applause. Good to see you, my brother. And of course, yes. We thank God.
We thank God
for you.
Oh, we thank God for you. We thank God for you in Jesus' name. Oh, we thank God for you. We thank God for you. We thank God for you in Jesus' name. We are so glad you're here. We are so glad you're here. So glad you're here.
Thank you all so much for being part of the service today. And of course, we are officially one of the only church in Central Florida that is registered now with the Consul General Office in Central Florida for an official church service. So we want to continue that. We want to also let you know. Round of applause, everybody. We want to also thank our guest speaker this morning, Mr. Mike McKenzie, my brother. You should see him last night I sing. You should see Mike last night I sing. I couldn't recognize Mike last night.
So you
For
gotta
those
let
of
him sing now.
Yes, we're going to put him on the spot.
Come on,
Should we?
Mr. Mike. Yes.
All right, we're going to pass up on that one. He don't have the band behind him. Not have the band behind him. Well, we had a good time last night. Brother Mike was there. He was the main feature in this band, which is called Ali's Reggae Band. And we didn't even know this man is in a band and I fly up and down the same way as a pilot all over the place. But that is your passion. We welcome you this morning as part of the service. And Mike will have his simulation flight. It's already set up back there. So all the young people, not only young, because I want to see too. I want to go and fly on one of these planes with my brother. So all of us, when you get the chance and the service is over, he's set up in the back there and we all want to get a chance to see how Mike perform. He is a pilot from Yard, right?
Yes.
So, welcome my brother. We want to see everybody. For those of you in all different fields of life, your nurses, your doctors, your lawyers, your real estate, whatever you do, your carpenter, your landscaping, we are Jamaicans and we work for what we want. Am I correct? Yes. Some of us have 3 jobs, right? 4 jobs. Some of us have 2 businesses around the same time in the background. That's who we are as Jamaicans. We go out there, as they say, we are aggressive people. Amen. That is the term. I'm using another term from what we used last year. So we are aggressive people, and nothing is wrong with being aggressive in a good way. Amen. Because we go for what we want. Amen. And we are very respected in the work industry. Trust me when I say that we are very respected. When you walk out and you say you're Jamaican, they hire you more than anybody else. Am I not correct? Amen. We want to praise ourselves this morning, and we want to big up ourselves this morning because, listen, the spirit that we come over here from our country is a spirit of survival, is a spirit to come here and do well, the best for, not for only us, but for the people that we have back home. Amen. So this morning, one of the requests that I'm going to ask, Pastor, is that we pray for the people back home. Yes. Pray for, even if you don't have any family back there, we pray because Jamaica needs prayer. Amen. You all see what's going on down there sometime in St. James, we have to lock down the place. Tourist is our #1 economy in Jamaica. And if people continue to fight and fuss and carry on, guess what? They won't have any tourist industry down there. And as I said last night, guess who it costs? It costs us. It costs us because then you're going to get more phone calls to say, hey, send me this and send me that. So we're going to pray for Jamaica. We're going to pray for the leader. Let's start with Mr. Holiness this morning and pray for the leaders and the politicians that run Jamaica and make decisions for us down there so that they can make the right decision. Yes, we have to pray for our leaders. So we thank God for everybody that showed up this morning. And I just want to take the time out to just really wish a special lady in my life. Yes. It is her birthday today, and I want to ask my wife to come on up. Are we going to sing the birthday song? Yes. All right.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Okay, how old am I?
We don't know.
I am only 35.
Baby, thank you. Yes, sir.
Thank you. How old are you?
My birthday is on Tuesday and I'll be 18.
There you go. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Amen.
You guys are 50 plus plus? Plus tax.
Huh?
Jamaica 56. Wait.
Jamaica 56.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, last week. It doesn't
A bit
count.
of history.
It doesn't count.
A bit of history on Jamaica.
last week.
Jamaica have the most churches
Yes.
per square mile than any
Yes.
other country in the world. I think they're almost going up to 2,000 churches.
Wow.
Jamaica is a blessed land. At one time it was also called, the wickedest place on earth. We are aware of that. With all the pirating that was going on down there. Port Royal and all that places. But also at one time Jamaica was called the paradise of the world. This is where the richest people from all over the world, from Europe, come and enjoy the beauty of Jamaica, the sand, the beach, the people, and the food. So this morning, regardless of what's going on in your life, we come from a big-time country.
Amen.
We little but with? We little but with? We come from a big-time country, and we're going to just take the time. We're going to just invite Miss Marsha, and she's going to give you a little bit of Jamaica. Welcome, Marsha.
Amen.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
So as Mr. Lewis said, it's independence. What exactly does it mean? How do we contribute the day after tomorrow? Tomorrow is the official day. How do we contribute? What does it exactly mean when we celebrate? Is it just a time to put on our colors, eat, dance, and then what do we do after that? We go back to our regular lives as if nothing happened. Something to think about. If our national heroes were to come today to this independence soiree and open the pages of history, where would your name be? And with whom would you be found keeping company? Will you be found with the dregs of society or be a stalwart of your community? Will you be found glorifying the feats of others as if they were your own? Or can others pick from the fruits that you have grown? 7 great heroes have gone before us, left behind a roadmap and a compass. And today, what is the status? Some gave their lives by the gallows that we can bask in better tomorrows. So come out from behind the shadows. Expand your mental territory. Be a part of this story to be told by your children's children of their ancestry. Because if they saw me in heaven, they should say, yeah, they know me. And yes, you have brought Jamaica glory. They paid with their lives earnestly, so gratitude should be our currency. Don't plant your feet in the sand, but leave footprints where you stand as no ordinary man, but a monumental Jamaican. Rise like the peak of the Blue Mountain. For this I am certain, the world will say, where are you from? Tell them, I come from Talawa land, over 4,000 square miles of ambition, 14 parishes of gumption, and a sea full of inhibition. I sing the song of the banana man, and I know that I am strong like lignum vitae, covered by the Almighty.
Yes.
Wait, you really don't know. Repeat the question. Where are you from? I am a name brand. I am Jamaican.
All right.
At this time, I'll bring to the stage the First Lady of the Church, Mrs. Blake.
pleasure for me this morning to introduce to some, and some may have known him because he's been here before, and he's with the speaker this morning, Mr. Michael A. McKenzie. But before I call him, I just want to read a little bit about him. Mr. Michael McKenzie, he goes by this motto from Mr. Otto Lilienthal, and it says, "No one can realize how substantial the air is until he feels its supporting power beneath him. It inspires confidence at once." No truer words could describe the vision and dedication that Michael McKenzie has for the youth he inspires. Garnering over 35 years in the field of aviation, Michael has dedicated the past 7 years towards Vision of Flight, a non-profit organization whose mission is to increase youth interest towards some of the highly in-demand STEM-related career fields as found in aviation and aerospace. A U.S. Navy veteran, Michael currently serves in a civilian role as a professional pilot and the Chief Executive Officer of Vision of Flight, Inc. Michael has taken his skills gained from his training in various facets of aviation and transformed it into a learning program for youth development with an intense focus on diversity and inclusion. Spending over 18 years privately serving corporations, celebrities, and people of status who seek the highest level of luxury ground and air transportation, Michael understands the growing need for dedicated and qualified individuals in aviation. Through Vision of Flight, Michael and his team continues to broaden career awareness and youth development to the communities in and around Central Florida, with special attention being given to deserving, financially challenged, and underserved community youth. Being a veteran of the U.S. Navy, Michael McKenzie also understands the importance of honoring those who've served our country in a sacrificial way and that have paved the way for others to be able to serve and soar the skies as he. For this reason, Michael pioneered the first ever monument in the USA to honor and salute the accomplishments of the red-tailed pilots of the Tuskegee Airmen. This public commemoration of the sacrifice of these brave men is just another testament to the integrity, generosity, and faith that Michael has in not only aviation, but humanity's ability to do extraordinary deeds if given the tools to succeed. Michael was born in Montego Bay, Jamaica, man. See that? He's a Jamaican boy, and we ought to give God praise for that. Amen? He grew up in Brooklyn, New York. He attended the Erasmus Hall High School. His Bachelor of Science degree in Aeronautical Science from Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University. At this time, I bring to you Mr. Michael McKenzie.
Greetings, everyone. And big up Jamaica. You know, since the last visit, a couple of weeks ago, actually, maybe a month ago, yeah, some cool things have happened. We completed our final summer camp, in which we had the opportunity to work with some youth around Central Florida. They did everything from building a pretty cool airplane to flying the skies to visiting the SimCom training facility and just learning everything that they could in that time frame. We had just an intense week.